Not all squats bias the same muscles. What matters most is your intent, your setup, and how you execute the movement. In a glute-focused squat, our goal is to create more hip flexion, closing the gap between the torso and the front of the legs, while keeping the knees bent at about 90 degrees at the bottom. Before adding load, it's important to understand the movement pattern. If you're newer to squatting, I'd suggest starting with a bodyweight bench squat. The bench gives you a reference point and helps you practice sitting back into the movement without shifting forward or losing tension in the glutes. Focus on pushing the hips back first, keeping a neutral spine and maintaining pressure through the midfoot to heel. You won't fully sit down, just lightly touch the bench and stand right back up. Once this feels controlled and repeatable, you're ready to add load. Set your feet about shoulder width apart, with toes slightly turned out if that allows you to get more hip flexion. You can load this squat in several ways depending on what you have available and what feels most stable. You can use a single weight held between the legs, dumbbells at your sides in a suitcase squat, dumbbells on the shoulders, or a barbell on your back. You can also perform this movement on a Smith machine, which can be a helpful option if you want more stability or a consistent bar path while you focus on hip flexion and tension at the bottom of the squat. To start, take a breath in, brace your core, and initiate the movement by pushing the hips back. As the hips move back, allow the knees to bend naturally, staying in line with the feet. Your load should remain stacked over the knee joint. This keeps a longer moment arm between the hip and the load, which increases tension on the glutes, especially at the bottom of the squat. You'll notice the shins stay relatively vertical compared to a quad bias squat. Slow down as you approach the bottom position. Your thighs should be roughly parallel to the floor. Your depth is limited by your ability to maintain hip tension and a neutral spine, not by how low you can force the squat. The bottom is where the exercise is hardest, which means the glutes are fully stretched and under the most tension. As you come up, exhale and imagine pushing through the floor with your feet as you're extending at both the hips and knees. Maintain safe and steady tension by following your program tempo. Avoid thrusting or resting at the top to keep tension high in the glutes. And remember, practice makes perfect. When you put all these pieces together, the glutes do the work we want them to do.